Hi, this is Mosfield and welcome to Dreamers Fail. Today I'm going to talk about the dreamer's philosophy, some of the things that will tell apart a dreamer on the first sight. A dreamer is not afraid to die trying. For him, it is actually a lot better to die in dreamland than to live in slavery. He is ready and willing to let go of the present glory for the sole joy of seeing that dream materializing. And because not even death can pose enough of a threat to change or move him, the dreamer never quits.
What up, everybody? It's your boy here, MC, and welcome back to Swahili Nation, Swahili to the world. Today, guys, is a very special day. I'm right here with my brother, Moses. Moses, good to have you.
Thank you.
How are you, man?
I'm just fine.
You're
How are you?
fine. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is our second time to see each other.
Yeah.
It's
It's
amazing.
your Tanzania.
Exactly. So I met Moses a couple of days ago. I believe it's on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. We have a common friend, and I got opportunity to see Moses. And I didn't really know anything about Moses because I was actually just there, and they were asking me a lot of questions about what I do, who am I, and so I didn't really get a chance to get to know Moses. But then when I was coming back home with my friend, he started to show me some stuff that you have done, right? And I gotta be honest, I was so impressed. I was so moved that wow, I have to do an interview with this guy. I can't believe that we have people like this in Africa, in Tanzania, and people they don't know about. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get to know him. What I did is I called you. I gave him a call right away, and I was like, you know what, my brother, I love what you're doing, and I would like to do interview with you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Just self-introduction, so that people they can get to know you.
Right. So my name is Moses, alias Mosfield. Usually when somebody asks me what you're doing, like my head goes spinning first, because
Yeah.
I'm involved with things which are diametrically opposed sometimes, because I'm a content creator, but also deal with science stuffs, and I also deal with creative stuff like music, which usually people think like they can't stay together in one basket.
Yeah.
But those are the things I'm passionate about doing, and I've tried to find a way to do what I love. So basically that is what I do. I want to do something that I love, not because the world says this is not the right combination for you, like how they do it.
Yeah.
If you have to take A, you have also take B, but you can't take B. So I've chosen to do that. So basically what I usually do most of the times, I love music. So I do a bit of playing guitar and I sing. I also love about making videos about nature. So I'm a narrator. I do that as my professional job. I'm a narrator. I work with a tour company as a content creator. Like I create short documentaries for marketing. Yeah. So basically that's one of the things I'm doing.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, if you pick one, what would you choose?
I'll choose all.
All of them.
That's the thing. So it's like it's one of the things which also, as time goes on, because when I started this, it was a little bit easier because I had no ambition. I just wanted to do something which I want to do, whether people like it or not.
And when did you start it?
Specifically on 2017.
2017.
Yes.
At that time, were you in school?
I dropped out of school at that time.
You gotta know about that. Why?
So it's like, ever since I started to study at school, I was enrolled in pharmacy.
Pharmacy?
Yeah. I chose it because
Okay.
we sat together with my mom and I told her, like, I want to choose a course where I'll be able to go and study for 6 months. After that, I'll get a scholarship to go to United States. Because I really thought, like, at that time, like, if you really want to do something you love, United States is the answer.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, Harvard, And
Yeah.
so I had that faith, like God is
Gotta
going to open
have
the
that.
door and I'll go there.
Yeah.
So I went there. Even when I was making friends at school, I told them like, guys, I'll be here only for 6 months. So it's like
And then I'll
there's
go.
too much attachment. But that turned into 3 years,
Which school did you go to?
Mwembili.
Muimbili.
Yeah.
Wow. So you went to Muimbili and you stayed there for 3 years.
Yes.
Farmers.
All the time I was looking for a way out.
For way out. You
And-
didn't want to settle, right?
Yeah. So it's like, for me, the biggest mistake was to finally accomplish the goal that I was not chasing, because that one will make me comfortable. And
Wow.
I was really appalled by that fact. So when I was in third year, a door opened, like for me to go and try out what I was really passionate about. And if it fails, I was able to come back to school.
Yeah.
And if it succeeds, I'll be
Even-
able to go on. Yeah. So it's like I was involved with the project, and that project was under the auspices of the college. So
Yeah.
when I asked for like a respite, 1 year respite,
Mm.
they allowed me to go for 1 year.
Wow.
And during that time, I was able to finish the project within 4 months. And the rest of the 6 months, I used to pilot what I wanted to do.
But so you went to study farmers in Muhimbili University. Guys, by the way, Muhimbili is the best university here in Tanzania when it comes to
Medical studies.
medical stuff, and not only in Tanzania, I would say in East Africa as well. But did you want to really become a doctor, or it was just a way?
No, I never wished to become a doctor. It was never in my dream board.
So it was just how can I say, a bridge for you to.
It wasn't a bridge either. You see, the system in Tanzania, if you take PCB, I was so good in biology. People used to call me a biologist. And I really dreamed about becoming a biologist. But the reality struck in when I was finishing my A-level. Because I realized if you finish anything in PCB, you are already tracked to become either a doctor or a pharmacist. If you're really good. If you're not, you can become something else. So it's like that's how the system works in Tanzania.
Okay. All right.
So it's like I just found myself, okay, this is the reality. So I just followed it while I was looking for doors. So when I dropped out, after it, I didn't start by dropping out. So I went out and tried what I wanted to do. And after that 1 year, it's not like I made much accomplishment. It's like I was nearly broke by that time. But I saw something like, because for me, the really appalling fact was if I go out and I could not do anything, like I could not have those personal leadership skills. And if I didn't have that, I was going to submit myself to that system. But when I went out, I realized, no, I'm actually passionate enough. I could be able to make something out of this.
Okay, so let's slow down a little bit. So you left out of the school, and then you had this project that you were doing, right? You were expecting to do it for only 1 year.
Yes, for only 1 year.
But you fell in love with it. What is that you were doing at that moment?
Okay, so it's like when I was in second year, there was this run. It was called Resilient Africa Network.
Okay.
It was a project under Makerere University, Uganda.
Yes.
They were looking for partnership with Tanzanian colleges. They chose Muhimbili. The weird fact is they were involved mostly with innovation projects. And any type of innovation project. I applied with an engineering project.
Okay.
They chose me. My college didn't know what kind of project I was doing. They came to realize at the end, like I was doing an engineering project while I was studying at medicine. That pissed off people. Like they were like, "What?
Whoa.
You mentors, what were you doing? Like you didn't know even what he was doing." So it's like, in the end, they just allowed me to go because it was going to ruin the reputation of the school. So that was one of the reasons they allowed me to go. Because I dropped out. I went out of the school at the moment when we were nearly done with the end of year exams.
Wow.
So they just allowed me to go because just save our name. So that project, basically, I was working on human-powered irrigation pumps, like the ones which use human power, like you ride them like a bicycle to pump water. I made some prototypes on that. That was not something I was really willing to settle, but it was something which gave me a door to go out.
And until right now, you're still out. You're still doing your own thing. And when was the time that you decided to drop out? Feel like, you know what? I'm not gonna go back there. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
So it's like after that 1 year was over, I went back to school. And I went there to ask for another extension for 1 more year. And they did not allow me. So when they refused, I said, okay, I'll come back. But I never went back. Yep.
Oh.
Because for me, I was already settled. Like,
Mm.
I really want to pursue this because during the time when I went home, so it's when I started working on every single thing I wanted
Yeah.
to do, like the narration stuff. I started working on my music stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, and innovation. I started learning how to code.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So speaking about innovation, I saw the video, the clip that I already shared on YouTube, and you guys can see right here. Tell us a little bit about this, how this project like started and how it went,
Oh, okay.
because it's very unique. I gotta be honest that I've never seen something like this.
Yeah.
This was the first time for me to see it, and I would like to know.
All right. So like one of the main inspiration in that
Mhm.
project was the fact that we are losing a lot of
Mm.
plant,
Mhm.
like plant life,
Mm.
trees especially.
Mm.
In Africa, like in Tanzania alone, it's estimated like around 400,000 hectares of trees are lost every year.
Wow, 400 hectares.
Of
That's
trees.
not a joke.
It's like in very few years, like
Mm.
10 years,
Mm.
we'll be losing an area that is more than 3 times the size of Rwanda.
Wow,
You can see like how much that rate
that's a lot.
is
Uh-huh.
affecting the environment. Yeah.
Mm.
And the main reason is because people see plants as things that have no feeling. You just
Mm.
cut off the tree
Mm.
but I wanted to show like plants also have feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that was something I was involved with
Mm.
ever since when I was in my O level.
Yeah.
I used to work in bioelectricity stuffs and it was just like very basic. But this time after I learned how to code,
Mm.
I realized there is a way I could amplify
Mm.
some like signals from a
Mm.
plant when you touch it.
Mm.
And that plant can affect
Wow.
an electronic system and show like I sensed your touch.
Wow.
Yeah. So like
Wow.
basically that's what I wanted to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm still envisioning on that to
Yeah.
create a product which can be used at home, like in a home plant
Yeah.
which would respond to your touch and
Exactly.
would change colors, something like that. Yeah.
Man, that's a big thing. Like that's a huge thing. I really hope, my wish when I saw that, I was like, man, I really hope like, people like you get like government support to fund those kind of projects, because something like that is it done before, or that's the first time
no.
to be done?
Actually, I tried to look around, but
Yeah.
sincerely nobody has done it. Yeah.
So it's you innovated. It's the first time, right?
Yes.
It's something that, like, if government see the potential in that, and I hope they're watching this video, like I hope like our government, and specifically African government, to actually recognize and acknowledge the talents that are out there and support, because this could be one of the biggest projects in the world, not just in Tanzania, not just in Africa.
Very true.
Like if you have enough funds to actually process that and you innovate that, I'm pretty sure, because there's a lot of people who like plants. When you go to the house, you'll see like everywhere, not just here in Tanzania, but everywhere, pretty much outside. You'll see that everywhere. So this could be something else, like something really big. I really hope like you get a breakthrough to this. And
Yeah, it's very true.
Mm.
I also believe the same, but the
Mm.
challenge now is
Mm.
when it comes to changing that prototype to become a real product.
yeah,
That's when I need support because
oh yeah,
there is a technological factor which I have to access that kind of technology in
Yeah.
China,
uh,
like to make it into a sellable product.
mm.
Yeah, so it's like that's the only like the only block you can say, like a hurdle that is standing before me. Yeah, but it's something that really, when people see it, they say, "Oh man, this is something which we would really love to have in our homes."
It's
Yeah.
something really huge. And right now, what I'm afraid is that a lot of people, they're gonna see it, and you never know. Like anybody might, take it away and steal it. But
It's not easy, no.
yeah,
It's possible, but not
man,
easy.
let me just say this. I'm really like, just in case if I found people who wants to invest in technology,
Yeah.
definitely will be like the first one to. You'll be the first person to mention
Thank
that
you.
there's something I know about this. We need to do something about, because this could put Africa in a whole new level. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things we innovate, but we don't really have tools and we don't have support to actually invest and do it. Like if you were in the US right now, let's say in University of Harvard, and you did something like this, it will be all over news. The support you see like on all Western media. You see like government is willing to even give you a citizenship, because that's what they do most of the time.
It's very true.
Americans, yeah, when they see that someone has big potential, they give them citizenship. they turn to Americans and then they get all the credits. It's the time for Africa to get credit, man. Africa, wake up. Wake the heck up. All right. And so what else? What else? I saw the narration you do about the, animals and everything. I saw a couple of videos that you've done. Man, I got goosebumps when I was listening to them.
Oh, really?
Like, seriously. I was with Eric and I told him he was playing all over, and I was like, yeah, you gotta stop. I think I'm going to cry. Like, seriously, I'm very emotional when it comes to something special. And tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did you get to start? But also, I want to know something Eric told me about you learning English as well. Because, man, your English is perfect. Like, you don't sound like it's your second language. It sounds like it's your language.
Oh, Eric told you too many things.
What happened?
Just a joke. So it's like when I was about to move out of school, it wasn't just something that I was just vouching my life on out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's something, I'm a person who believes a lot. I'm a faith guy who prays.
Yeah.
And I believe in hearing the voice of God because God still speaks. And when I was praying about it, I would sleep at night during those times when I was literally confused, because usually that's what happens when you are in a place you don't belong.
Yeah.
And you don't know where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was that kind of thing where I lost all passion about staying, but I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So I used to go outside and pray at night. And when I come to sleep during those nights, I would dream a dream. And it was a dream that kept on recapitulating itself. Like it was just coming over and over again. And in that dream, I would sit with somebody like you.
Yeah.
And you are speaking. And when it's my time to speak, when I speak, I would be amazed at myself, like, what is this accent?
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
it was like that. So it's like every time I used to have those dreams, I was speaking with an accent which is not mine. And I've never desired to speak in that kind of accent.
Wow.
But it was something which I really desired to hear. Like anybody who speak like this, I would like to know. Like, I want to learn how to speak like that.
Wow.
So it was a dream that kept on coming and coming again. And when I woke up, I said, no, I want to learn how to speak like this.
Yeah.
So I started finding resources now to learn to do that. And I started like in ways which were really not working, like YouTube, it wasn't working. Until later on, I found materials like books.
Yeah.
And I started learning like that. So basically, it was out of a dream.
How long did it take you to be where you are right now?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
Dang.
And it's something which, like, even the tutors told me, like, it's nearly impossible to do it. Because you're living in a country which doesn't speak English.
Exactly.
So what I did, I simulated the native English speaking environment in my room. Yeah. So it's like when I'm in my room, I found ways to just simulate that.
Exactly.
And at first you really think like, no, this is not working.
Yeah.
First 6 months is not working. But out of nowhere, you say like, okay, now I really want to speak my normal accent.
Yeah.
And I can't. So it's like, that also has become a problem because sometimes I want to sound like with an old accent when I meet people.
Yeah.
And I found myself, they ask me like, hey, where are you coming from? I told them, I'm a Tanzanian. I say, no, you're not. So it's like, that also has become a problem because it has now been synced into
Man,
my
you remind me a long time ago, like my brother, who is very close to me, he knows how I started to like struggle with learning English. Even the time when I was going to Korea, I barely spoke English. I barely spoke the word. But what I would do is I would always stick with people who can speak English and ask them and tell them that, you know what, I'm here because I want to learn how to speak like you. And sometimes I'll rush into their rooms and try to sit down and to ask them some questions and wanting to know this. I started this with my brother, like in our house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started like that. And right now when I speak, he always tell me that, oh man, I'm really proud of you because I still remember when he used to speak back then. So that's just a story that to actually encourage everybody who is watching that everything is possible. Nothing is impossible under the sun. All right. You gotta, vision about it. You gotta pray about it. You gotta put your hard work. And everything is possible. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Yeah, you have.
So the beautiful thing about it is that was the message. And if I didn't work on that dream, really, I was going to lose a big opportunity. Because later on, I was working in Upwork. And there was a time during this COVID when COVID was starting.
Yeah,
there was a company which wanted to start like to start business in Tanzania
Uh-huh.
and in Africa,
Yeah.
and they were looking for someone to partner with
Yeah.
because they used to have partners who were working in India, and India was locked down. So
Yes. Yeah.
when they were coming to Tanzania, they were looking for someone else.
Mm.
They invited me to apply for their project.
Mm.
So I applied, I sent them some samples,
Mm.
and they hired me immediately. Like,
Wow.
but later on, when I met with them and we talked, and
Mm.
they told me, like, you know what? It was your English. Like, when we just heard you, we just took you. Like,
Wow.
there was no discussion about it. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So it's like, if I
Yeah.
didn't work on that dream, if I
Yeah.
just dreamed it and I left it, like, I was going to lose a big opportunity because that was
Exactly.
really a God sent message. Like, work on this and
Yeah.
I'll find you an opportunity later on. Yeah.
It's crazy how God works. Like he show you, the results,
Yeah.
and he don't show you the process. It's something that you need to figure out. You
Yeah,
need to
sure.
put your work. It's not about being laziness. So he show you the result and he show you the dream, and you have to work on that to achieve that. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, they have dreams and they kind of think like, it's just a dream. I mean, but sometimes it's a vision. Like, it's who you're supposed to be at the end of the day.
And the weird thing about dreams,
Yeah.
they never look fancy. When you start working on them, it looks like the most stupid thing you can do with your
Yeah.
time. Because there's no guarantee it's gonna work.
Exactly.
And even if it works, there's no guarantee it's gonna give you an income.
Exactly.
Because usually,
Yeah.
if you want an income, do something that is like something that will give you a certificate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually
Yeah.
those things are like you find them in college.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
yeah.
if you're working on a dream, there's no certificate.
Yeah.
Just a skill. Yeah.
It's just you yourself and you. Wow. You haven't spoke about the animal thing, because that's very impressive. I've seen a lot of documentary, but from a lot of people who are doing are people from outside, like outside of Africa, or if Africa, then very few countries. I think it's the first person for me to see here in Tanzania doing something like that.
Yeah, I also try to find
Yeah.
other people, try to connect with them. But I sincerely didn't find anyone who is doing. Maybe also because I don't know them.
Man, even that.
A dreamer knows how to choose his battles. He will not engage in combats which are not core to his mission. A dreamer will not start fights for which he does not have enough time or strength or energy to successfully finish. He understands that he only has a finite amount of energy and strength, and there is only a limited number of battles he can successfully take. And for this reason, he sees it a lot more wiser to disguise peace with this insuperable enemy whom he cannot currently fight, and wait until when he has grown enough muscles and is strong enough to completely usurp him. A dreamer knows how to appreciate other people's dreams. He understands what it feels like when starting out towards the journey to reach that dream, and he has been there, and he understands what it feels like when taking that first step on a road labeled a journey of 1,000 miles. And for this reason, he is willing and ready to encourage fellow dreamers, to uplift them and to applaud them, even when he knows nothing about what it feels like to dream the kind of dreams they dream. A dreamer sympathizes with other people's journeys. And a dreamer believes in miracles. He will not go for it just because it is possible, doable, or achievable. He is willing to vouch his life on miracles. Yet in this generation, where we're more inclined to get results within a touch of a button, and where people are more obsessed with producing fruits than they are about establishing roots, many people have become ambivalent when it comes to believing in miracles. But the very fact that there is this beautiful you standing on concrete floor today is by itself a big enough reason to believe in miracles. Because there was once a moment in time when nothing of all that is seen existed, and a miracle was the only way if there was ever going to be a beginning. And voila, God created the world out of nothing. A dreamer knows enough to believe in miracles, to count on miracles, and is simple enough to let his life hang on invisible threads of God's faithfulness and grace. And when opportunities are presented to him, he is willing to embark on journey of the unknown, to do the unknown for durations unknown, because he knows that as the sun rises from the east and birds build nests on trees and pearls are not found but in deep blue seas, so help does not come but only from the Lord, who made this vast universe and all this rich tapestry, and who sits enthroned far above the worst of storms. Thanks for watching.